What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Live. I just caught myself there watching the intro and I was like, oh no, I don't have enough time. So I had to jump down really quick, but we're here on Let's Talk Live. It's episode 3 of the brand new rebranded podcast. So I'm going to welcome everybody in. I want to welcome all my new viewers and all my new subscribers over the last 48 hours. It's been amazing. Lots of brand new people to the channel, lots of new subscribers, lots of positive comments. And the last 48 hours have been a complete whirlwind on the channel. And I'm super happy. My mods are super happy. And I have to thank them. If you didn't catch the live stream last night and even the night before, I had Laura on and we talked about the Gonzalez family and just really all the negativity that they were getting. And we just didn't feel that was right. And then last night we had an amazing discussion with a couple of my mods on the panel. So you're going to want to go back and watch those episodes. You're not going to miss it. So episode 1, episode 2, and we are in episode 3 tonight. I thought I would go back this evening and do something that I haven't done in a while. And I really enjoy watching through interrogation videos. That was kind of a theme that we were doing here on the channel, and I got away from it, and I just really wanted to go back to it because I find them, I don't want to say like fun, but I find them to be very interesting, and to see that psychological change in people where they may come to terms and confess, or where they stand their ground and take this to take this to court, take it through trial, and then you discover either through trial that they're guilty or innocent. So I thought tonight we would do the Rodarte confession, and he was responsible for killing Savannah Gold back in 2017. And there's a little bit of an older case, but we enjoy going back and looking at those. And I'll give you some context if you're not familiar with this case in a second. I have an article here from People Magazine. I have a small kind of brief intro video as to how we got there, and then we're going to go through the full confession video. Now, there are some lengths in the video where there's no talking, possibly just going to fast forward that. So we just kind of speed up this podcast. I try to keep these within about an hour to an hour and a half. So we'll get there. I promise you. And we are going to celebrate a new member. Karen T has become a new member of the channel. Thank you so much. And what we say is we celebrate our members. We celebrate our members here. Thanks for coming. Member. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. I have Dr. Bob in house, one of my channel mods. Thank you so much. Chosen Rosen is here as well, one of my mods. Good to see you over here. I got Tsunami, my mod, in the room. And I don't know, Victorine is here. I saw her in the very, very beginning of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll get the show on the way. Like I said, I don't want to waste too much time, and I appreciate everybody hanging out. Just give me a second there. Just smash that like button so it gets out in the algorithm there.
Smash, smash, smash.
And we'll keep moving on. So the article that I wanted to bring up, just so I can give some context here as to what happened in this case. Again, this is back in 2017. Lee Rodarte was a guy that worked at the Bonefish Grill, became acquainted with Savannah Gold during their employment there. Lee was a manager at the Bonefish Grill and really was rising the ranks to be a really popular manager in his life. I did a little bit of research. It seemed like he was a very well-liked guy. I remember when this case first hit, and I went back and actually kind of like sleuthed his Facebook page. Looked like he was a pretty sociable guy. Didn't look like he struggled with meeting the opposite sex. He had a lot of women that were around him. And I don't know, it's just really crazy, the situation, how this all unfolded. But let me get to the article here. So it says, Florida man killed coworker at Bonefish Grill, then pretended to be victim while texting her parents. So again, this goes back to 2017. This article is from 2021. Ironically, March 15th, my birthday is actually on the 17th. So it's really strange. So it says Lee Rodarte Jr. was convicted of murdering his coworker, Savannah Gold, and just terrible, horrible things that happened to this young lady. But again, we like to go back and look at these old cases when we do these interrogation videos. And, I enjoy going back and look at these cases and just see how they concluded. So, Florida man will spend 40 years in prison for the murder of his coworker who vanished in 2017. Lee Rodarte, 30, pled guilty to second-degree murder charges last month after admitting to killing 21-year-old Savannah Gold in 2017. Rodarte was a culinary manager at the Bonefish Grill in Jacksonville. He had an on and off again relationship with Gold, who also worked at the restaurant. Prosecutors and defense attorneys negotiated a sentence of 40 years with credit time served. A judge approved the deal last Thursday afternoon. Gold went missing on August 2017 after she arrived at work, but never made it into the building. Her unlocked car was found in the parking lot, and her tire was slashed, and her purse was on the front seat. The Jacksonville sheriff watched surveillance video from the parking lot in a news release at the time. Authorities said that Gold arrived at work that day at around 5:31 p.m. She then got in a passenger seat of Rodarte's vehicle at 5:45. The vehicle surveillance shows what appeared to be a possible struggle inside of the vehicle. And I remember hearing about the footage. The footage was very grainy and you couldn't see who the actual perpetrator was, but they knew what type of vehicle it was. And they actually got Rodarte's car in a clearer, excuse me, in a clearer picture, stopped at a stoplight that was about a quarter mile out from the mall where the Bonefish Grill was, or that parking lot was. Essentially what happened was, I believe after the time of the interviews, they had around 3 subjects that they were looking at. One of them, 1, didn't have a license. 2, drove a red type of sports car or something like that. And the car that was seen in the video and in that parking lot was a silver, I believe, a Chevrolet Cobalt or something like that, to that nature. And they ended up matching out that car to the, excuse me, at that stoplight as well. And that's how Rodarte became the main subject in this horrible murder. So after the apparent altercation, Rodarte was observed walking to the victim's vehicle, opening the driver's side door of the vehicle and leaning inside, according to the sheriff. A few minutes later, the video showed Rodarte driving away with Gold still in his vehicle, authorities said. And that was one of the main things too, is that the surveillance footage showed her getting into the car, struggling and not getting out. And you'll see this in the confession video when the female officer comes in and she keeps stressing, when Lee's saying, she got out of the car, she walked down the street, and I believe he says something to the fact of, she got in another truck, a green truck, and just left, and then I went home. And the female officer kind of keeps pushing him and said, she never got out of the car. Like, we know she never got out of the car. And he held pretty strong, but then eventually did break later in the confession and actually end up confessing to her murder. So within hours of Gold's disappearance, her family began receiving odd text messages sent from her phone. It said, "Hey, I wanted to let you know. I wanted to tell you and Mom, I met a really great guy and we're running away together," read one message sent to her father, Daniel Gold, according to the missing persons report. "I love him and we're leaving tonight. I'll call you later when we get to where we are going." And of course, that wasn't Savannah. That was Rodarte sending those messages to her family members. Other family members and friends reported getting similar messages, and her relatives became instantly suspicious. The spelling was all whacked out, Daniel Gold told local TV station WJX. "It looked really strange." Excuse me. Investigators believe that text messages actually began after Gold was dead and that they were sent by Rodarte. After the family began to search for Gold, Rodarte helped them look and even handed out missing person flyers. When authorities interviewed Rodarte days after the disappearance, he changed his story several times before confessing to the crime, saying that he killed Gold in the parking lot before disposing of her body in a nearby lake. A dive team later found her remains. With Rodarte behind bars, the Gold family said they are beginning to heal from the tragedy. To our family, extended family, and community, our hearts have begun to heal because of your love and support. And Daniel Gold said in a statement to Action News Jacksonville, after the sentence hearing, "We love Savannah and we never realized how many of you did also." And, it's crazy to look at, the magnitude of things. And I always say that these types of crimes affect family, extended family, and communities. We have to look at just the grand scale of, even Idaho at this point, how these 4 lives that were lost in that. I mean, the community, the families, and, all the extended family and friends, this is going to really impact, when we get a final judgment in this case. And, I always say this as well. And we talked about this on the last 2 episodes on my podcast, that, our lives go on, and these victims, families, communities, and friends, their lives stop, and will never be the same. And they become kind of this part of a very strange exclusive club, if you want to call that. And that will never go away. That's going to be burned into these families' hearts. And that was really, the comeback episode when I relaunched the channel, episode 1, and talking about how everybody gives the Gonzalez family, a bunch of shit, and they become, almost like the bad people in this. And I don't understand that. And I don't understand where that comes from. And, shame on the people that say those things, because they didn't do anything wrong. And these victims, the 4 victims in this case didn't do anything wrong either. So, they didn't deserve to die. Even if we go to court and we find maybe they were wrapped up in some things that we didn't know about, or their family didn't know about, they didn't deserve to die. They didn't deserve to die. But let's take a break from Idaho this evening. Let's get into this confession video. I do have a small little prequel video about the article that I just read there, and gives you a little bit of background of where this all was, how we got there, and then we'll watch the full confession video. All right, let's play.
Gold was killed back in 2017.
Her former co-worker, Lee Rodarte, is charged with second-degree murder, evidence tampering, and abusing a dead body in connection with her death. Today, Rodarte reached a plea deal with prosecutors. That's according to the state attorney's office. News 4 Jax reporter Corley Peel's here now. Corley, what does this mean going forward?
This means Lee Rodarte will likely be convicted, and this is something that Savannah Gold's loved ones have waited years for. He does have a plea deal, but it's unclear what that consists of, and we won't know that information until he appears here in Duval County Court on Thursday. Nearly 3.5 years since Savannah Gold's murder, the man accused of killing her agrees to plead guilty. Attorney Abina Anam is not affiliated with the case, but says Lee Rodarte's plea agreement is a win for Gold's loved ones.
The good news for the family is that this avoids a trial where witnesses would have to testify, perhaps even some of those family members. And there is always a chance at trial that he could go free. And by entering a plea of guilty, he's pretty much guaranteeing that he's going to be convicted.
Lee Rodarte is Gold's former co-worker at the Bonefish Grill and her on-again, off-again boyfriend. In 2019, the trial was put on hold. Rodarte filed a petition claiming self-defense just days before jury selection for the trial. Just last month, the court on a typical stall tactic.
It would appear that it was a stall tactic in this case. It is very uncommon to see this kind of hearing right before the trial, especially with a case that has been going on for so long. This is something that usually happens a lot earlier in the case.
Loved ones initially reported Gold missing in August 2017. Days later, police arrested Rodarte. This surveillance video shows Gold getting into Rodarte's car outside the Bonefish Grill before she disappeared. The car is seen shaking and later driving away. Rodarte claims the pair got into an argument and Gold grew violent and that he acted out of fear. Rodarte first denied having anything to do with Gold's disappearance, but police say he acknowledged killing her, then dumping her body. That led police to a West Side pond where they found Gold's body. A medical examiner found 3/4 of Gold's body was burned, calling her death a violent homicide.
It's terrible.
Based on his charges, Rodarte could face up to life in prison. He is expected to officially plead guilty during a hearing on Thursday. We will know what that deal is he agreed to during that hearing. Also, he has a sentencing set for March 11th.
All right, so that gives you a little bit of a background. Yeah, let me address this here. I just had Dr. Bob say, wow, 3621 in one night and boom, missed one night and boom. And then YouTube user 336 is saying, Let's Talk Live is blown up. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The video that Laura and I did together, basically episode 1, and I'll show you all, it got very, very good views on it. I'll show you here. Hang on. I'll pull you up. Right now, if you look here, it's at, let me enlarge this. So right here, the stream that we did the other night, a day ago, it's have almost 40,000 views on it. It did really well in the algorithm. It's got about almost 1,700 likes on it, and it brought in almost 1,000 new subscribers to the channel. So yeah, I mean, finally we get onto that algorithm, and they're pushing the video. And I think honestly, by the end of the week, it could be 100,000 views. So really cool to see it. Very exciting. We were really happy. I know the mods have been working really hard to help push the channel. They joined, some of them joined the panel last night, and that video is actually doing really well too. I think it's got around 7,000 views on that video. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think some of the name change has helped as well too. It was a familiar name about a year ago in the algorithm when I was under that name, and maybe the change when, I don't know, maybe it triggers something in the algorithm. But again, I don't want to spend too much time on it. Yeah, I appreciate you, mind you. Thank you so much. You know, we're just trying to keep this a clean, good, factual channel, and just put good content out there. And I, every episode that I do, just learn from that and just keep doing and plugging for and being consistent. That's why I always say to anybody in YouTube, if you're going to do YouTube, don't worry about, who's watching that night. Don't worry about after your video posts, just learn from what you did and just keep being consistent and learn. I noticed, like, I look up tonight, there's 44 people watching. If that was probably Idaho on there, there'd be 440 people. But we do different content over here, and it's okay. I appreciate everybody taking, this Sunday night and the 40 or 50 people that are right here now. Sure, I'm going to perform them and give them content because that's why you're here. Slow and steady wins the race in the YouTube game. So it's all good. It's all good. So let's pull up this confession video. We'll go through this together. Like I said, I may speed up some parts when there's, time gaps in there, when Lee's kind of just sitting in the interrogation room by himself, but we'll try to watch through as much as we can and get to the full confession. So I do want to warn, there is going to be kind of a trigger warning in here. There's very sensitive content that will be talked about. If that's too much for you, I would just say take the stream off and we'll come back, and you can come back to another time. But let's not waste too much time here. We'll go into this. And if you are, just a little bit of housekeeping really quick, I have changed my streaming nights, and I actually might drop Sunday night, but I'm not quite there yet. So I have changed Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the new times. I also will let you know this because I've been getting a lot of shit about this lately, and frankly, I'm going to address it, and then I don't care after that. On Sundays at 12 noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will download these episodes and re-upload them on Sunday as my Sunday lunchtime rewinds. So if you don't catch this live, you'll have a second time to go back in. And what I'll do is premiere the episode. It'll leave the chat open. So if you didn't have an opportunity to see this live and you wanted to go in and just re-chat while that premiere is going, you have the opportunity to go in and interact with that chat room. So lunchtime rewinds at 12 noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. There will be premieres. And then usually what I'll do is at the top, I'll pin my next live stream. You can click on that link and set your reminders. So without further ado, let's get to this police interrogation of Lee Rodarte. Of course. Gotta love the Zep. Gotta love the Zep. I'm going to speed this up a little bit until we get our first officer, which will be the male officer that comes in to talk to him. Let's double time it here. And then pick it back up once we start getting it.
It's hard to get those holes in there. So have a seat for real quick. I'll be right back, okay? Yes, sir. You need water or anything? I'll take some water. Okay, yep.
All right, we're going to get here and have our first officer enter here in a minute. And what I want everybody to kind of focus on is when we see that change, when he knows the evidence is up against him, and you're going to see that change. He's going to push hard here for about the first 40 minutes to an hour, and then you will see that change. You can see the nerves a little normal here. You can see the nerves right away.
Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
Good, good. You remember me from the other day, Detective
sir.
Reeves? Okay. This is my partner, Detective Staley. She was interviewing some of the other folks, waiters and other staff people the other day, so she didn't get a chance to come in at the time. I wanted to talk to you, or actually, we wanted to. You want some more water?
Please. Actually, would it be all right to use the restroom one more time?
Yeah.
before we start off?
You bet. I'll walk out there. Let me grab, hold on one second. Let me grab somebody.
No
We'll go. Yeah, no worries.
Very nervous. Yep.
Okay.
That's
Neil.
his side.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Come on.
He knows the shit's hit the fan today. Let me speed this up. We'll get back to. Oh, actually.
You want some more?
Please. That'd be all right.
You got a water?
Now, notice the thing that I really want you to notice: the female officer is having no interaction with him at all right now. And you can notice when he looks over, he starts kind of sizing her up. And that is a fantastic tactic by her, because she's not offering small talk. She's not offering any type of communication with him to get comfortable. And you're going to see her come in and be very quiet through the first part of this interrogation, where the male officer will talk for quite a while, and then she will come in to kind of really overload him to try to get him to break down, where she starts saying, we know everything. It's a fantastic interview tactic. And he's probably it's just all this, he's sizing her up right now, and she's giving him nothing. Yes, Christine.
Like I said, I want to kind of go over some stuff. I know we talked the other day just for a few minutes, and I had some concerns about a couple things. And okay, yeah, there we go. Anybody else want to talk? There we go. I wanted to talk to you about Savannah. So I just had a couple of things that came up that I wanted to ask you about specifically that didn't seem to line up. So I wanted to
Yes, sir.
come down and talk to you. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's get just a couple. Just make sure I've got your basic information. It's Lee, and tell me how you pronounce your last name.
Rodarte.
Rodarte. Okay, and that's Rodarte.
Yeah.
Right, and it's 1081 Halifax Road, Jacksonville. What's the zip there?
32216.
32216. Okay.
Let everybody know this has been fully redacted information. I mean, fully information that's been put out. So this is all public. This is a public record, and this interview, because the case has concluded, is all public record too. So nothing out of the ordinary here that we're playing. It's been on the internet for quite a few years, so we'll keep playing.
Date of birth is 8/11 of 88.
Yep.
And 5'11".
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your approximate weight?
It's been a while since I weighed myself, but probably about 163, something like that.
163. Okay. And what color eyes do you have?
Brown.
Brown. Hair is
Brown.
brown. And what's your phone number?
904
Okay.
452
452. Yes, sir.
6094.
6094. Okay.
It's probably some phone numbers.
And white male. How old are you?
28.
28. And can you read and write?
Yes.
What's the last school you went to?
Forest High School.
Oh yeah.
Before it was renamed.
Yeah. When did you graduate from there?
06.
Okay. 2006. All right. You can read and write. Have you had have you drank any alcohol today? Any drugs today?
I took an Attleboro that my buddy gave me.
Okay.
Because I was there so late last night. I
Yeah,
came
yeah.
in and was super tired. Like, here, take this.
Okay. Adderall?
Yeah.
And do you normally take that?
Nah, it was I've taken one a long time ago. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't say high school, a little bit after high school, but it's been years.
Okay.
So He killed a female coworker that he had an on and off relationship with, Dr. Bob. I'll do this for you. If you want to read a little bit more about it, hang on one second. If you want to pull it up during the live and read, let me just go back and pull that article up from here, Dr. Bob. If you want to read this real quick, you can check out that article there, and they'll give you a little bit of a background on it. So we'll keep playing through here.
But nothing to drink alcohol-wise? No. Okay. And about what time do you think you took
I did
alcohol?
recap in the beginning, Chris.
It was probably 12-ish.
Like noon?
Yeah.
Okay.
No
And
problem.
do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Being able to communicate, okay, it didn't, make
No.
you not be able to. Okay, yeah. And no alcohol. And you said you can read and write? Just perfect. Awesome. When I ask you some questions, I want to go over your rights. We are currently at 501 East Bay Street, which is the Police Memorial Building. Today is August the 5th, 2017, and it's approximately 7:15. Make sure I got that. Yep. So we'll say 7:15 p.m. give or take. Will you read that top line to me?
Yeah, the following rights under the United States Constitution.
Perfect. I'll read these with you and you can just kind of follow. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you.
I don't understand why people just don't lawyer up. Lawyer up. You have that right. Just say, I don't want to say anything.
And to have the lawyer with you during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. If you do answer questions, you also have the right to stop answering those questions at any time and consult with your attorney or with a lawyer. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. You just sign there that you understand them. That isn't admitting or not saying anything. It's just saying you understand those rights. Okay. Perfect. I appreciate that. All right. So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from work. I mean, just kind of fill me in with that. How long have you known her?
Like I said, I've known her obviously since you started working there. I would say probably about 8 months ago or so, we started hanging out outside of work. And at the time I had a girlfriend. But we kind of connected, me and Savannah. So we hung out a little bit here and there. Got pretty close. We come from, I guess, somewhat similar backgrounds, I guess you should say.
Okay.
She didn't have it the best growing up, neither did I. So we kind of connected, hung out for a little while. I'd probably say a period of 2-3 months.
Okay.
And then she started using drugs a lot.
Okay.
Now, I used them with her, not the same drugs that she used all the time, but I did them with her a couple times, and then she started to get.
Let's say this right. Christine says, I have not lawyered up while being questioned because I wanted to prove I had nothing to hide because I actually didn't do anything. I suppose guilty people think the same, want to appear helpful. Absolutely. That's a great point. But again, if you're going to be, if you're being implicated in a possible murder, the best thing that I would do is speak through an attorney.
Heavy into them. And
oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I kind of just tried to take a step back and, put things off. And after that, me and my ex started kind of chit-chatting again.
Okay. And who's that? What's her name?
Her name's Chelsea.
Okay.
All right. So we kind of started chit-chatting again. Never really 100% because obviously, she was still kind of upset about me hanging out with Savannah and stuff like that. And then probably a month or so ago, I saw Savannah at work and she looked healthy again. She gained a little bit of weight and just, friendly talk at work, telling her, hope everything's been good. And she told me, that I guess she did a lot of drugs and ended up in the hospital. She ended up missing like I want to say a couple of days, 3 or 4 days from work.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, you know, me being pretty close to her, I was concerned and everything. But after she came back, you know, she looked good, and she ended up telling me that, I guess, you know, over those 4 days, she detoxed pretty well, and she kind of caught a, you know, new sense into why she shouldn't do some drugs so much.
Okay.
And like I said, she looked good. You know, she started looking healthy. So we kind of were talking, you know, here and there. We hung out a couple times. She came over to the house, and you know, we just kicked back, drink a couple beers, watch movies, stuff like that. And then as we hung out, you know, after a couple times, she brought drugs over. And I told her, I was like, you know, you're doing really good. You can't, you know, you shouldn't be doing it again. You're finally getting weight. Because when we were together the first time, she was, you know, she got really petite and just didn't look well, which is kind of why I took a step back. Plus, my father used a lot of drugs growing up. And my mother used a lot of drugs growing up. And it was just kind of a hard thing to see, you know, every time that we hung out. Like I said, we did, you know, we took like some pain pills here and there on occasion, but then she started like bringing heroin over and stuff like that. And that's, you know, my mom was addicted to methamphetamines when she was, when I was younger. So those hard drugs just kind of scare me a little bit. So that's why I took a step back the first time. And then I felt like she was better, you know, as we hung out recently. And she brought drugs over to my house the last time that we hung out. And we would text here and there. I would ask her how she's doing, you know, hope her day's going good. Because I told her when she left the last time that we hung out, I was like, you know, you're doing really well. Stop doing this, you know, you can do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I heard that she just kept, you know, was doing the same thing. So we texted a couple of times, and I ended up telling her, I was like, hey, you know, for one, I'm dealing with a lot of personal stuff myself right now as it is. You know, I'm a little depressed. But I think we're moving too fast. I think we should, you know, stop talking. And she said, I understand. It's completely fine. No problem. You know, she said, I'll delete your number. I'll never text you again. And I said the same. I was like, you know, I'm sorry.
Mind Your Business says every single thing he's saying right now can only lead to more questions from law enforcement. And it's I think it's kind of proven in confessions when people are just rambling things out. You know, they're hiding something. You know, they're trying to fill. You know, they're trying to fill what I'm trying to get at is when people are usually not involved with anything, it's usually yes, no answers, yes, no. And I'm not an interrogation expert, but from the interrogations that I've watched, and I think there's a channel called JLC Investigate, not who's the guy that does all the breakdowns and the interrogations, but he said, what is the name of that damn channel? Hang on one second. And you're probably going to be quicker at it than I am. Rodarte. His channel is JC. Yeah, it's JCS Criminal Psychology, and that's a great channel. He actually breaks down interrogations with a lot of graphics and everything, and he says that in most interrogations, people that just give yes, no answers are usually the people that are not involved in with what they're being questioned with. I don't know what the statistic is, the actual percentage, but usually when people kind of fill that void and give all these details, it tends to show in interrogations that they're hiding something. Again, I'm not an interrogation expert. I'm just going off what I've read and heard. And again, I could be completely wrong on that, but that's what I've heard and I've read. So
I didn't mean to, try to jump back into things. I think we moved too fast. And I said I wouldn't text her either, just to,
That's basically what I'm getting at in a nutshell. Like, it's the basic. Exactly. When people blabber, they're filling their bullshit bullshit story, pretty much, allegedly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Kind of split
Yeah,
mutual
just be
ways.
mutual. Right. Yeah. No worries. Okay.
Right.
And that was the last time that we text.
Okay.
When was that?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was probably a couple, 2
Again.
3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Sometime in
Are, you know, I'm going to look. We're 16 minutes into the interrogation, and this is the first time the female officer has spoken to him. It's a fantastic tactic. Again, if you went back to the beginning when the male officer left the room to grab some water, she sat there and gave him nothing, didn't even look at him, was just looking at her phone, didn't even give anything to him. So really great tactic.
in July.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things you said was that was the last time that you had contact with her.
Yes.
As far as, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I mean, you correct me.
That was the last time that I texted her.
Yeah, text or a phone call or messenger
Yeah.
or anything like that. 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last time, when was the last time you saw her?
This is what I was a bit. I didn't tell you the truth when we talked at Bonefish.
Okay.
Last time I saw her was Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
I heard that she has been basically telling a lot of people at work that we hooked up a bunch, like a couple days before that, and that she was going to like tell about the whole situation, you know, try to get me fired.
And why would that get you fired? I don't know.
I'm a manager and she's an employee. So
okay, so you guys aren't supposed to fraternize?
Yeah.
Okay, I got
And
you.
she just told people, I guess, that she was out with that work at the restaurant that we were having sex.
Okay.
And, you know, hooking up and stuff like that, and that I was her boyfriend and this and that. So I was a little upset. Obviously, you know, I care about my job.
Sure. How long have you been there now?
It'll be 5 years in the summer.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So I was a little upset. So I met her in the parking lot at Bonefish.
When's this?
Wednesday afternoon.
Okay. Well, do you know what time or about?
It was about 5:30.
Okay.
When you say you met her, was she meeting you too, or?
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't call her.
Okay.
I just drove up there to see if maybe she was working. I was
Okay.
gonna talk to her, and
Did you
as
know
I was,
she was working that night?
I did.
You did not.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Okay, you knew she was working that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I drove up there, and I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her.
Okay.
I pulled in the parking lot. She pulled in a little bit after me. I parked, and I said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And she said, "Yeah, what's up?" And I was like, "I heard you've been saying some things about me and you continuing to hang out, and you know that we're boyfriend and girlfriend." And she asked me, she said, "Can I come sit in the car? Because I just did some heroin and I'm a little paranoid."
Okay.
I said,
Okay, so heroin wouldn't make you paranoid. Heroin is an opiate and it would bring you down. So this is where things get a little, you know, law enforcement's going to start tuning in a little bit more. Plus, he's already admitted that she's gotten in his car, and he also said that he confronted her about things that she had been saying at work. So right now, I mean, you're 17, 19 minutes into this interrogation. It ain't looking too good for Lee.
I said, "Why are you doing that? You know, you're doing really well. You shouldn't have been doing that."
Okay.
And so she came and sat in the car, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that servers at Bonefish were coming to me and telling me that you're telling people when you're out that we're still having sex and we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, "I would appreciate, you know, I need you to stop, because for one, it's jeopardizing my job. We agreed to, you know, split, stop talking mutually and just move on, and, you know, be cordial or whatever." But it was nothing more than that. And she said, "I'm going to do what I want.
1,000%.
You can believe what you want. I didn't tell anybody anything." And I told her, I said, "The girl that you were out with told Chelsea
Now here he's trying to spin the story, and you can tell he hasn't rehearsed this, or he did a very poor rehearsal in this kind of cover up. It's just not coming out. He's using his hands to try to explain everything. Really interesting.
That we were still having sex, and that you were just at my house like yesterday and hanging out. And
The girl that she was out with when?
That Savannah was out with a couple nights prior.
Okay, gotcha.
I guess at one of the bars.
Okay.
In the man room.
And who was that?
Bonefish. The girl that
Yeah.
she was with,
Yeah.
her name was Rachel.
Rachel. Okay. And Rachel told
Chelsea that Savannah was saying that because me and Chelsea talk, we're very, friendly at work, we joke back and forth.
Okay.
And Savannah said, yeah, I did say that, I don't really like Chelsea, and I said, well, look, you need to stop. Because for one, like I said, we agreed to go our separate ways. And it's jeopardizing my job, and it's making me really upset having to come into work, or talk to Chelsea, and she just constantly, badger me about stuff that you're saying that isn't true.
Yeah.
And I told her that she needs to stop. At that point, I got out and I punched her with the hole in the tire.
Okay.
And I said,
I haven't seen that, Christine.
Stop.
I have to check it
I'm
out.
serious. I don't want to talk to you. It's not good for us. So let's stop. And she just said, why'd you do that? I said, well, I'm upset. I apologized after. I told her I would get her a new tire.
Yeah, real quick, I'm just going to pause on this. I want to welcome everybody into the chat tonight for hanging out. I'm going to take a little night off from Idaho, kind of go back to something that I haven't done in a while. These interrogation videos, we've all really enjoyed them. So, yeah, welcome in. If you're a new subscriber here, I do appreciate it. We picked up a lot of subscribers over the last couple days. And if you're a new viewer here, I do my live streams on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 8:30 p.m. And yeah, we do other content here besides Idaho. Come join us for the other content. I would appreciate it. Smash that like button. We'll get back to this interrogation video. Thank you so much.
And she said, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. And I said, she said she's going to keep talking, telling lies and stuff about me and everything like that. And I said, don't do it again, or next time it's going to be worse. It's going to be your windows.
Okay.
And at that point, she had her phone in her hand. She got out of the car and walked towards the main entrance from San Jose.
So like if
so this is
like I know Bonefish is like over here. This is San Jose. This is the bank. It's over here in this area. Where were you guys parked?
She was parked here.
Okay.
To the left of the ViStar ATM.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was parked here.
Okay. All right. So you're like here.
Yeah, I was probably 3 spaces away.
Okay, from her car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
and what do you drive?
I drive a Chevy Malibu.
Okay. What color is it?
Silver.
Silver Chevy Malibu.
Yeah.
Does it have Colorado tags, Florida tags, Georgia tag? Okay. And when you got there, did you pull into the parking place? Did you park sideways? Did you park backward?
I backed in.
The thing is, they already know the full story. They know all by the video. They saw Savannah get in that car and Savannah not leave that car, and then watch Lee pull away with her in the car. They know everything. So he's trying to. I mean, they're waiting to see what he's going to say here, and then just pounce here in a little bit. So they are.
Okay, you're backed in. Yeah. You backed into this parking place over by the bank area, by the ViStar ATM.
Yeah.
And you're driving a silver Chevy Malibu with a Florida tag. Okay, and then she pulls in over on this side of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if you're in the car and you're sitting here, she would be on your left.
So
You're the driver's
if
side.
I'm sitting facing forward, yeah, she was on the driver's side.
Does she back in? Does she pull in?
She pulled in.
Okay, all right. So when she gets out, she's close enough to you, and that's when you motioned her over or called her over or said, hey, can I
Yeah, I
talk
just
to you?
said, hey, can I talk
Okay.
to you?
Were you by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody was in the car with you.
No.
Was anybody in the car with her?
No.
Okay. All right. What was she wearing?
Her uniform.
Uniform? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then she comes over. She says, can I get in the car? If I say anything wrong, correct me. Okay. I'm gonna repeat back, but if I don't get something right, I need you to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Okay. You say, hey, can I talk to you? She walks over, approaches on the driver's side. You in the car or out of the car then?
In the car.
Okay. You're sitting in the driver's seat? Okay. And she asked, can she get in because she's just done heroin?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how does she do it? Does she shoot up, snort, smoke?
She snorts it.
Okay. And then she's
told me she shot up before, but never in front of me.
Okay. And then she comes and gets in the car with you.
Yeah.
And is your car a 2-door or 4-door?
4-door.
4-door. Does she get in the front seat or the back seat?
She gets in the back, and I asked why she got in the back.
Okay.
She was like, I just don't want anybody to see me, you know.
And where did you get into?
She said, you can come back here and we can talk.
Okay.
And so I got out and I got in the back seat.
Okay, so you guys are both in the back seat now. Okay, got you. All right. I wasn't sure. And then how the conversation went, basically, you're telling her to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Stop harassing you, or why are you telling people that we're having sex and you guys, you don't want to jeopardize your job along those
I just
lines?
told her, you know, especially since she was high, I was like, you know, we just don't need to have anything to do with each other. And she said, fuck you, you know, I'm going to keep doing this or whatever.
Okay.
So I got out.
It's really bad. I mean, he's like Dr. Bob said earlier, he's already made himself suspect number one. You know, I mean, this is not helping his cause at all.
And what did you use which tire did you puncture on her car?
Driver's side.
And he's saying
front driver's side.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you puncture it with?
I had a small kitchen knife that I used as a Phillips head screwdriver one time.
Is that in your?
So. By Traps has become a new member of the channel. Let's give it oh, jeez.
Steven! I got you, homie.
How dare you?
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
All right, let's keep playing through.
On your car, or is that on your person? It's like a part of your
it's something that I had in the car.
Okay.
It's not nothing I use at work. It was just one from the house that I needed a Phillips head screwdriver one time when I was out there.
Okay. And it was in the car.
Is it a screwdriver you did with?
No, it was like a small paring knife, I guess you would say.
Paring.
By the way, if anybody wants to become a channel member and support the channel, I would appreciate it. Just go down there and you click the join button. My memberships start at $1.99. You get all the exclusive access to the member lives. You know, I've done those a couple of times, so we're gonna start ramping those member only lives up here pretty soon too. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, like I said, you can do that as well. All right, let's keep playing on.
Yeah. Did it have what color handle did it have?
It was just all metal.
Okay. An all metal paring knife.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you cut it, puncture it, something else? Say I did like a puncture it, and then you got back in, and then what did you say to her?
I said, "Now, can you leave me alone? Like, I'm serious. I don't want to talk to you." And she said, "Fuck you. Why'd you do that?" And I said, and she continued to say that she's going to do whatever she wants, you know, and she'll say what she wants, no matter what. And I knew in my mind it was because she was high.
Yeah. So what did you say?
But I got aggravated.
You got to get pissed.
Yeah, I got aggravated.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah, I got frustrated.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, well, next time it'll be worse. It'll be your windows.
Okay.
And then
now, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have you ever done anything like that before to her car?
No.
Okay. We were told that that had happened before to her car. Have you heard that?
I didn't heard that.
You had not
her
heard
car
that.
had been vandalized before. No.
You have?
No.
Okay, so you didn't know about that.
No.
Okay.
Let's recognize this. Psycho K has become has become a new member of the channel. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you so much. Let's play the member tones. Take a moment and smash that like button, please.
Smash, smash, smash.
Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I appreciate the support.
Same deal. Okay. All right. Okay. What were you were saying something about the after you got back? Did you get back in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you get in the front seat or the back seat?
I got in the front seat.
Okay. That time you got in the front seat. And where is she?
She was in the back seat still.
Okay.
And at that point, I said, no, leave me alone. She responded. I said, next time it'll be your windows.
Okay.
And she said, fuck you. I'll do what I want. And she got out.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like she was either texting or calling somebody.
Okay.
Because as she started walking towards there's an entrance to the plaza.
Okay. Yeah. It's closer towards 295. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say she was walking along the edge of the plaza, but she was walking maybe towards this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say an older model Ford pickup, green.
Okay.
Drove past me and around, and she got in.
Okay. So, while you guys were in the car together, you guys are talking back and forth. She's not is she calling somebody while you guys are talking back and forth on the phone?
She didn't call anybody. No,
Okay.
She had her phone in her hand.
Yeah.
But I don't think she texted anybody.
Okay. So she gets out of the car with you, and starts walking in this direction.
I was in the car.
You were in the car, but she got out.
Yeah.
And now you were in the front seat.
Yes.
So she gets out of the back seat and begins walking in the direction of, not necessarily paralleling San Jose, but she's walking towards 295 or down towards that entrance area.
Yeah.
And then she's got her phone, and you said you thought she was calling somebody.
She had it in her hand and looked like, I couldn't tell if she was texting or not or anything.
But she had her phone out.
Yeah, she had her phone out and was looking at it, and then it looked like she was going to put it up to her ear, and then the green truck came around.
Okay.
And
how long do you think it was between the time that she got out and started using her phone till that green truck pulled up?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Really spinning a
So
yarn.
wow. So if she called somebody, they got there in 5 minutes to pick her up.
Well, like I said, it looked like she was going to call somebody, and that's when the green truck came around, and she got in.
Okay. So she gets in the truck. What happened at that point?
They drove back around, kind of looped around a little bit.
Which way did they drive?
So
Exactly.
she would say like here.
Mm-hmm.
The green truck comes here, and then kind of just loops around.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked, I guess they exited that way, and at that point, I left.
They exited going which way? Down Santa?
Towards Claire Lane.
295?
I guess to leave the.
So they come out on the back
Shopping
side of
center.
this bank, like this way.
Yeah.
Towards Claire and San Jose.
Yeah.
And then you pull out. Which way do you go?
I go around and then go out the same way.
Same way.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you go from there?
From there, I go home.
You just go straight home from
So
there.
tell me your route on the way home that you went.
295 all the way to Beach Boulevard to Grove Park, and then Grove Park.
How long does that usually take you?
I gotta get a latitude.
Depending on traffic, obviously.
No, she did do drugs. I believe there was reports that she was in and out of rehab, so that was true. They were known to do drugs together as well. She did have issues with drugs, so I do know that. So yeah, there's no judgment, but no, she definitely was using heroin and in and out of, I believe, rehab 1 or 2 times and cleaned herself up. If I remember, I think JSC reported that in his interrogation video. But yeah, she did. Yeah. Doesn't make anybody a bad person.
Chat. I think it usually takes me about 25 minutes or so.
Okay. What happened to your neck?
That was self-inflicted, actually.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time.
You're not?
I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
get to 100 likes. Christine's going to give away a membership, and I'll give away one as well, too.
did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
When did you do that?
So now they're talking about this injury on his arm, and the female officer actually noticed it. Hey, why do you have that scratch on your arm? How did you do that? He said a knife, and we'll leave it at that. But I want to just pull this up here. It says, Psycho K says, the state of affairs, I've got 7 years clean, and if I was still using, I would be dead, and all the stuff that's around these days. So what we want to do here is celebrate the 7 years clean for Psycho K. Excellent job for getting clean. Congratulations to you, and we hope for your continued sobriety, of course. So let's see. So Vicky's using her 1 month membership highlight. She says, I can't pull these up, unfortunately. I don't know why StreamYard doesn't do that. She says, hi, everyone. I'm late, so I'm just going back. Yeah, no problems. No problems. We'll be here. We'll be here for a little while. So, yeah, it's a great accomplishment. So let's keep playing this. Did she say his neck or his arm?
About 25 minutes or so.
Okay. What happened to your neck?
Neck. I'm sorry.
That was self-inflicted, actually.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time.
You're not?
I couldn't. Yeah, I did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
When did you do that?
Some time in July.
You did that in July and it's still
Yeah.
bloody?
Well, I kind of peel the scab here and there at work, hitting it on stuff like that. I peeled it last night working.
Probably not the best thing to be doing, peeling your scabs at work. Probably not a good look for Bonefish.
And it was coming off a little bit, so I peeled that a little bit.
All right, let me see.
But this and this was the same night. This one was just a lot worse.
Yeah.
Than this one was.
Okay. And that was in July?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Okay. So who could you see who the person in the truck was?
The truck had fairly tinted windows. I saw a baseball cap.
Yeah. Okay. You see a guy, girl, white, black?
I couldn't really tell if it was a guy or a girl.
Okay.
I just remember seeing the truck drive and her get in.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm sitting in front and the truck drives right past me.
Yeah.
And I saw a baseball cap through the passenger window.
Okay.
But
so it seemed like she knew the person?
I mean, she got right in.
Had you ever seen the truck before?
No.
Never. Have you seen it since then?
No.
Did
Why
she
did-
say?
Okay.
Well, did she say anything to you when she got out of the car, other than
She was just
fuck
like,
you?
fuck you, you
Okay.
know, I'm gonna do what I want. And
She doesn't
got
say
out.
anything other than that. Okay.
Lee, why didn't you mention this before since we've been looking for this girl? I mean, don't you think that information
I mean,
is important?
it definitely does. And I regret obviously not saying anything before. I mean, I talked to Chelsea, and she said, you need to tell them what you know and everything.
When did you talk to Chelsea? You talked to Chelsea about this?
Yes.
Okay. When did you talk to her?
The day that it happened.
Okay.
Because I mean, her whole issue with me was me hanging out with Savannah.
Sure.
Prior.
Yeah. And if Savannah's out of the picture, then you guys can be free to have your relationship, be back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Savannah's in the way, in essence, right? I mean, she's kind of creeped in. I mean, she sounds like she's an ass. I mean, she's that way to you. If she's out there telling people you guys are having sex, and if you're not, or if you are, then she's the one that's kind of pushing your buttons. She's pushing Chelsea's buttons.
I told Chelsea that I was gonna tell her, to leave me alone.
You were gonna tell Savannah?
Yeah.
When did you tell Chelsea that?
I believe it was Tuesday.
Okay.
Night, maybe.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And you, how do you guys talk? Do y'all Facebook talk, text?
Text message.
Okay. And you have a Facebook?
No.
Okay, you don't have one at all?
I had one.
Okay.
I deactivated it
last night,
maybe a month or two ago.
Okay. Okay. It's still there, or you don't use it, or you actually
deactivated the account.
Okay. So it's not, you don't it's out there then. Okay.
I did have one when Savannah and I first started talking. That was kind of how we talked.
You wait for you guys to talk without Chelsea knowing what was going on.
Yeah, Chelsea.
I'm not telling Chelsea. I'm just
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I come up and talk to you yesterday, I'm not threatening. I'm talking to everybody up there. What? Why?
Well, I freaked out, to be honest with you. I mean,
this girl's missing?
Yes.
Okay. But you know she's been missing. I mean, you knew from in essence from day one that she's missing, and you freaked out that you had to know.
Obviously, I was the last one to see her, so I was a little bit scared at that.
How do you know you just said you weren't the last one to see her? You just said somebody in a truck.
Well, the last one to see her at Bonefish.
Okay.
That the last one she's heard from.
Right.
I had contact with that anybody knows of.
Sure.
And I thought that I had a warrant out already.
Okay. What's the warrant for?
I didn't go to a court date for a ticket.
Okay. Okay.
So obviously I didn't.
Well, what I have to say here. Psycho K says, I feel like I should be clear. I'm clean from H and meth 7 years, but grow pot and I smoke it and I eat it. So I wouldn't be accepted in some sober circles. I myself do not smoke or partake in anything. I don't drink, but I still think that you should be celebrated. You went through some really motherfuckers of some drugs. And hey, if you smoke a little pot, you do your thing with pot, that's your own thing. It's still a very great accomplishment. No one should ever down you for that. And you do you. But I'm so glad that you're clear off those motherfucking drugs. And you know what I'm talking about. And that's something definitely to celebrate. So good for you. If you need, you need a little weed to get by every now and then, that's your thing. Just keep celebrating your life and making sure that that you're here for the next day, and like we said, life is not guaranteed. You never know what's going to happen the next day to the next. So get up and live your life to the fullest. And I tell everybody, get up, do something productive with your life. If you're down, talk to someone. There's always someone to talk to. Do something creative. Whatever that is, express yourself in art, express yourself in work, whatever you want to do. Get on and do a YouTube channel. That's why I do this. It keeps me busy. And I really enjoy doing it. And I enjoy watching the people and getting to know them behind the scenes. So keep doing what you're doing because you're doing the right thing. There's no shame in what you're doing. All right. Let's keep playing through.
I talked to you last night.
Yeah.
And I didn't have handcuffs. Wasn't threatening in any way.
Definitely not.
And I left. So, what were you were worried? If you were worried you were going to get arrested, then that would have happened.
Well, that's another reason that, Chelsea called me and I said, I told him I didn't, know anything. What do I do now? I already.
When did you talk to Chelsea about that? When did you talk to her? About that you talked. It had to have been after last night. So was it today?
No, I didn't talk to her today.
Okay, so I was up there talking to you last night, like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So did you talk to her?
No, I'm sorry. It was earlier in the day. Because obviously I told her what happened the day that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And told her that I was going to.
I want to just really honor the people tonight that have been, really open and honest about the things that they've gone through. And this is a really great celebration as well. We got 8 years on July 5th. That's fantastic. Keep with that sobriety. We celebrate that here. And, if you ever need anything, you're feeling down or whatever, jump over, catch on one of the streams. You need people to talk to. We're all in this chat group for you. So we're always here. If you're feeling down, you need something to get away from the daily grind, come hang out on the stream, talk with these really great group of people here. And, it doesn't have to always be Idaho. You know, I understand that's a very hot topic, but I sometimes think even these smaller streams, you know, where we have less than 100 people tonight and hanging out, I think these can be really intimate for people. You have some really great people in here on these small streams, and not saying that on the other streams there's not great people, but this, I think these get a little bit more intimate with a lot of the group members that will be here, and people that really care about the people that are in these chats and care about this platform. So yeah, it's just really, really cool stuff coming out tonight. It's very inspirational. And as I say, every stream is different. You never know what kind of content you get. You're never going to know what kind of chat you're going to get. And sometimes we can get people to kind of open up and express themselves. So we'll keep playing through here. Great chat tonight. Really, really great chat. I feel bad sometimes that people really miss these smaller streams, these non-Idaho content. I really encourage people to come over and really watch these streams because they're great. So we still have a great time.
Tell Savannah to leave me alone.
Okay.
The day before. And after I told her, you know, what happened about me, you know, puncturing the tire and her getting in the car with some guy.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit just about, you know, how it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, you know, she hasn't hung out with the best of people in her past.
Okay.
And she asked me if I knew who it was. I said no. Just told her it was, you know, a green truck. And then everything happened, and, you know, her mom and the police came up there and everything like that. So we talked Thursday night, and she said, hey, you need to tell somebody.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know what to do. You know, I'm scared. I don't want to get in trouble for, you know, anything or have anything, you know, be a suspect or anything like that, which, I mean, obviously wasn't the right decision to make.
Yeah.
Because now,
yeah, I mean, because we're going to find out.
Yeah, we could have gotten 3 days ahead.
Obviously, now it looks
so. So you're saying that there's a green? What kind of truck was it?
It looked like a Ford, like a mid 90s.
Yeah.
It was a 2-door, maybe the one with the little third door that you open from the side.
Okay. Well, the good thing about that is we should be
watching that on you watching the stream on your new Fire HD tablet.
able to verify
Enjoying
all of those kind of things. That won't be a problem at all. Yeah, just I don't know. I mean, so you said that you told her that you had talked to us, but I don't think that could chronologically. I don't think that could match up.
Okay. We talked Thursday.
Okay.
And
not last night.
No,
we talked. Or
we talked Thursday.
Okay.
After like her mom and everything was on the news.
Yeah.
She called me and was like, "Hey, you know, everything's all over the news. You need to tell somebody. You know." She said, "Call the hotline or something like that."
Did you call the hotline?
I told her I did, just because I wasn't
Smash!
I was scared to call that night.
So, but did you ever call the hotline?
No.
So you haven't told anyone yet of this, other than
Chelsea's the only person that knows.
Okay.
Just because I felt like I could, you know,
Did you and
wanted
Chelsea
to be
talk?
truthful.
So after, how'd that conversation go with you and Chelsea?
She kept asking me, and I was like, what happened? You know, what happened? And I would tell her, and she said, it's crazy. And then she told me that, you know, I need to call somebody and let them know that I was talked to her Wednesday, before the news said she went missing.
Yeah. And
I said I would.
Okay.
And I didn't.
How'd the conversation end with you guys?
She told me, she's basically said that she's not going to, you know, she doesn't want to associate with me because I talked to Savannah on Wednesday.
You had already told her you were going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you see, the thing with me and Chelsea would argue all the time about me not telling Savannah
to cut it off or whatever.
Yeah.
But you go up and you meet. Chelsea knows that you're going to go meet Savannah Wednesday afternoon.
Yes.
She knows that.
Yes.
Afterwards, do you guys talk about how that conversation went?
Yes.
Okay. So she knows how the conversation ended.
Yes.
And you told her that night, Wednesday night, about the truck and about her and about you puncturing the tires. So you just called her and told her?
No, we spoke first via text.
Okay.
If you haven't already, please smash that like button. When we get to 100 likes, Christine said that she'll give away a free membership, and I will actually match her membership tonight too. So let's make sure we get to 100 likes. We're at 73 right now. If you haven't already smashed that like button, I would appreciate it.
Smash, smash, smash.
All right, let's keep playing through here.
So you text her from your phone
Yes.
that you slashed her tire or punctured her tire or anything like that. So that's on your phone?
Yes.
Okay, so that text message is on your phone?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I took a picture of the tire first,
Mm-hmm.
And sent it to her.
Send it to Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So that can verify that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where's that? That's on your phone now?
No.
Okay. Why isn't it on
I
your phone?
deleted it once, Thursday came around and the police came up and everything like that. And, they said Savannah was missing because I freaked out. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like
Sounds
crazy.
Which is,
so
obviously me sending a picture of one of the things that they pointed out on the news kind of scared me.
Sure.
So
absolutely. So how do you guys get together, or y'all talk anymore Wednesday night? Does she do a follow-up with you? How'd the conversation go? How'd the rest of Wednesday?
All right, let's address this here. I'm sorry, I was kind of away from the chat and wanted to just pull this up. So YouTube says, after 5 years clean and sober, I relapsed. Currently have 3 days. Life's rough, and this channel has helped me a lot. So thank you. Well, we appreciate you being here, and if this channel can give you some time away from your problems for a little while, I really appreciate that. And we're all here for you. So you got this. And again, if you need a day away from your problems or anything that we can do to chat and show you support, come watch the stream, because that's what we're here for. So thank you for sharing that, and I wish you sobriety in the future. But you got this. You can do it. Believe me, you can do it. You can do it. Get out and take a walk. Get out and join a gym. This is the best thing you can do. Use your body. Release that energy. Release those endorphins. Find it through therapy. Find it through anything you can do. We're here for you. We're here for you. So, all right, let's keep playing this.
She called me on my way home.
Okay.
And asked where I was. When I told her I was like pulling in my neighborhood. And then we just talked about the situation. She asked what I said to Savannah, what Savannah said to me, and how I stabbed the tire and everything like that. And she asked why, because she was texting me while me and Savannah were talking, and I didn't reply because we were talking, and you know, we were going back and forth. So I didn't text her back, and I told her, you know, I'm not ignoring you. We were talking, and then I said after I punctured the tire, I wanted to leave.
Okay.
Because obviously, you know, get in trouble for stabbing somebody's tire.
Sure. Yeah.
So I didn't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
So she called me and asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm in my neighborhood, about to go home. Went home. We texted a little bit more here and there. She asked me what I was doing, told her I was eating. I sent a picture of her after I got a shower because she was like, oh, I haven't got any pics or this and that. So as I was getting out the shower, I got the text message, and I texted her a picture of me getting out the shower because she said she didn't believe I was home or something like that. So I sent her a picture, and other than that, I hung out at the house.
Okay.
By yourself?
No, I have a roommate.
What's his name?
Aaron, Aaron.
So,
Bieger.
Pieger.
Yeah, he's
P or B?
B.
B. Okay. Okay. He's what? Sorry.
He's who I moved in with.
Okay. So Wednesday night over at the house, it's you and Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Was Aaron there when you got home?
No.
What time did he get home?
So just to recap this really quick for Glowbug, and if you want to read this, I'll drop, because I don't want to slow the stream down too much longer, because I do want to try to make it through this entire interrogation. Maybe we'll go another hour here. So if you want to read that article, you can catch up on this. Lee Rodarte was convicted of murdering Savannah Gold. She was a co-worker of his, and you know, obviously he lied during his interrogation, and then eventually the pressure got pretty deep in the interrogation. He ended up actually admitting to killing her. So this was back in 2017, and the case was finally settled in 2021. And you know, we like to do these interrogation videos too. It just can't be Idaho all the time. There's other content and other topics to talk about on here, but we appreciate everybody hanging out this evening. And again, we'll keep playing through here. I hope that gave you some context. Read that article, catch up a little bit more. So let's keep playing through here.
11-ish.
Okay.
A little bit after.
But before that, you just hung out in this house by yourself and ate?
I ate some dinner, took a shower. Chelsea actually came over Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And what'd y'all do?
Just hung out, watched movies, drank a couple beers.
Okay. So where, when she's in the car, what does she say to you about what her plans are? So she's scheduled to work that night.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to work?
She didn't talk about, I mean, I assumed she was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her uniform. But she didn't say, when she got out the car, she didn't say anything after she got out of the car.
And she gets in that truck. Let's be honest, we won't even call her she. Savannah. Okay.
So that's why I like doing these interrogation videos, these streams. You know, we tend to just kind of have them in as background noise. And, you know, I enjoy doing the chat and these, you know, the Idaho stuff's a little bit, I wouldn't say this is serious, but I think we're just in Idaho, there's a lot more presentation going on, and we're talking, you know, more about that, where cases like these have already concluded. I'm sure that everybody's already watched these interrogation videos. I love watching them, but, you know, I think that the chat is a little bit more loose here. And that's why I really enjoy having these, because it doesn't put a lot of pressure on to put a big presentation together. And it just gives me a little bit more time to talk with the chat. And it just gets annoying because sometimes people on the replay are like, you always stop the video and you're always talking. But that's the purpose of a live stream, is to interact with your audience and give feedback and talk with them. And look, we just had some really great things that came out in celebration. We had a bunch of people come out and say that they've been celebrating sobriety. It was by a simple question in the chat. They asked, was Savannah using drugs at the time of this, or was this something that Lee was making up? And it just inspired people to come out with their stories of sobriety. And we had another chatter in here that just said that they actually relapsed. They were clean for quite a few years. They relapsed, and that this channel gives them solace in life to come to this channel and spend this time with us to keep away from, you know, what bad things are tempting them. So we want to make sure that we continue to celebrate their sobriety, help heal them, get through this tough time. And again, there's always resources out there. There's always someone to talk to. And if you need to come here and just get away for a little while, that's why we have this chat open for support. So feel free at any time when you're feeling bad, you're feeling down, come hang out with us. We have a great group here. We keep everything, you know, fairly clean. We have a little bit of humor sometime, because you have to have humor in life and have fun. But, you know, we do cover very serious things here, and we'll keep playing through here.
Savannah, again, with this picture, if we're using it in the same place, from where your drawing was, they drove over here. You're here, and they drive out over here. Do they stop? Does she get out and go into work? Does the truck keep going?
I didn't see once they turned the corner past the ATM.
Mm-hmm.
Once she got in and they left, I left.
Real quick, I don't want to get too much into Idaho tonight, but yeah, so there's reports out there that he was interrogated for 17 minutes before he lawyered up. So let's take a chill on Idaho tonight.
Because
Did you run into him on the road anywhere?
No.
Okay. Did she call you later on or text you later on?
Savannah? No.
Mm-hmm. No other contact with her?
No.
So where's Savannah right now?
I don't know.
Where would I find her?
Turned up.
I don't know.
That's my prime.
There's the turn. So about 45 minutes into the investigation, the heat's going to really get turned up here.
Objective is to find her.
Definitely.
I think time's running out on her.
I do too.
And I think that.
I mean, I should have said something to you guys when I talked.
Oh yeah,
I should have said something Wednesday or Thursday when it was brought in.
So tell me how I go from nice guy, never met you. You seem like a nice guy. I come up and talk to you again. Out of you agreed that there was nothing threatening or anything about our conversation. Just asking you for some basic, simple things. We talked for just a few minutes, and you didn't tell me this story. I'm not going to say the truth because I think there's holes in this story too.
Okay.
So you don't tell me this story, and then today we're talking again because I brought you down to talk to you because I found holes in that story that didn't match up. And now you're telling me another story that there's holes in this story that does not match up. So where's Savannah?
I don't know.
Why were you being hesitant about Chelsea being at your house? You first said that you went by yourself. You ate alone.
Yes.
And then
I ate dinner alone. Yes.
Right, but that's not true either because you ordered Papa John's.
Yeah, I ate corn dogs earlier in the evening, and when Chelsea got there, she was hungry.
Right, but you said
so.
I said you were alone.
When I ate the corn dogs, yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying.
I remember specifically texting Chelsea, "I'm eating corn dogs."
Okay. And all that's on your phone?
No.
Why would you delete all that?
Just a conversation with you and Chelsea, you would delete about I'm having corn dogs?
That text might be on there.
Okay.
But once we got to talking about, me going up to Bonefish and everything like that, Chelsea said, don't involve me.
Does Chelsea believe you?
I don't know.
Okay. Just so you know, Chelsea thinks you're bullshit. Okay. Because we've talked to a lot of people. So, and
I mean, that's about the gist of, Chelsea's attitude towards me for the most part for the past months. Ever since me and Savannah.
Is that because you're a liar? I mean, to her, like in the past?
That's pretty much what she labels me as, yeah.
Do you lie?
Not about No, I mean, obviously, I lied to her about
Okay.
hanging out with Savannah and stuff.
And you
like
lied
that.
to me about Savannah.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything.
No,
else.
I understand.
I'm just laying out facts here. I want to find this girl. I need to find her.
I understand.
And here's a couple reasons I need to find her. One is I'm hoping that she's still alive. And that's really, I really do. I'm holding out for that. And if she's not alive, then I think she and her family are due that knowledge. I think I think they need some closure. Because I think the reality is if somebody's dead somewhere, apparently you want to know. I think if do you have kids?
No.
Okay, so one day when you have kids, the uncertainty is whatever kind of a person she is, and I'm not about to say what kind of a person she is, because I'm not making any judgments. I'm saying that this human being is, if she's alive, then I want to find her. I need to make sure she's okay, because several days now she hasn't been around. Things happen to the human body, and people can't stand a lot of things that can transpire. But the other thing is, if she's not, this family deserves better than this. This family deserves better than somebody who works with her and who's got knowledge and won't tell the police because they're worried about their own ass. Because that's pretty cheap. I'm gonna be honest with you. And your feelings in it, I don't really care about your feelings. What I care about is finding her. So where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Where is Savannah?
I don't know.
I need to know where Savannah is so I can
don't
let
know
her family
where
know.
Now you're going to see the female officer really turn up the heat now too. She's going to start saying, we know everything. We know she didn't get out of that car.
You don't know because you had something done with her and you weren't involved in that part. I don't know. Tell me something. What can I work with?
I told you the last time I saw her.
That's not true, because we have proof. We have proof. And that's why we're sitting here, Lee. At this point, we need this for her. I mean, I look at that little girl and I think of my little girl who's her age. That's who I think about. That was my little girl. I couldn't imagine. I don't care what she said about you or whatever, but my little girl is that age.
Maybe
and you're not telling the truth.
Maybe something gets out of hand in the car.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, you didn't do anything, but she was in your car. She never got out of your car. She never got out of your car, Lee.
We're not saying that you did anything. I'm trying to find her. I didn't say you did anything. I don't know where
she is.
Well, we can prove that you left with her in the car.
This is a really great tactic where you have the male. Is very strange how the roles have changed. You have the male that's really siding with him, saying, hey, I know he's saying, the male cop saying, hey, I'm not saying that you did anything to her. And the female is the one that's really coming at him. So he's playing good cop, she's playing bad cop, figuratively speaking, where you would think those roles would be reversed, where she would be the more consoling one because, more of like a motherly figure, but she's the one that's really coming after him. This is really great. It's a really great interrogation, and it's a really great mental game that they're playing. And you can see it starting to cause a lot of confusion in Lee, where he's kind of turning now, and it's really putting him up against the wall. So really, really good stuff here.
So please do everybody a favor and just tell us.
Where is she? You got to be able to separate. We're not sitting here saying you did anything to her. I don't know. She's on drugs. Maybe she passed. I don't know. I'm not in that car with you guys. I know that she's in that car with you. I have proof of all of this.
Okay, let me ask you, Lee. Then tell us now if you're being an honest man. Are you being honest?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's start being honest. She never got out of your back seat, Lee. She never got out of your back seat. Video cameras don't lie.
Lee.
How do you know? How do you think I know this information, Lee? I wasn't there, but a video camera caught it.
Now he's like, oh shit.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know.
What happened to her? Was it an overdose? Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm not in the car with you guys. You just said she was in your car and she had admittedly had done heroin. Bodies overdose all the time. Is that what happens? Does she overdose?
Okay, well, tell us.
There, he's almost there.
Left with her in the car, because that is what is shown. We can't make up that. We can't falsify a video camera, Lee. I'm not lying to you because you know I'm telling the truth because you know that's what's on the video. How else would I know that? I don't unless I have the video.
Oh yeah, it's
Where did you go with her?
87.
I didn't go anywhere with her.
You did.
No.
You did. So the video camera's lying?
I don't know this. I mean,
Well, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. I'm not making that up. That's why I'm so passionate about this. This is someone's child. You might not have kids, but damn it, she's someone's kid. It's not fair to her mom with stage 4 cancer. All she wants to know is where her daughter is. But I have this man sitting over here, a 28-year-old man, that first says, you haven't seen her. You didn't see her that day. So now the roles have reversed a little bit because we've been doing our background. Okay?
Yeah, it's really good.
And now you're saying that she was sitting in your car, which all lines up with the video, actually. I'm glad that you said you got in the back seat with her. All that lines up. Walking over to her car, puncturing her tire. Everything lines up. You come back to your car and going back to her car. Everything lines up. But you know what doesn't line up?
Smash, smash.
The passenger door comes open and shuts, comes open and shuts. She never gets out of that car. And you drive off. She never gets out of that car. There is no green truck. And that's not right to her. We're fact finders, Lee. I don't have anything personal against you.
No, not at all. I mean, it's
we're
over.
just fact finders. We're just
happened.
doing
Where
our
is she?
job. No. Where did you go with her? Where did you go with her, Lee? Be a human. You're a human. You're a man. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside. Seriously. Where did you go with her?
Maybe you don't know where she is now. Where did you go with her?
Please. I'm begging you, Lee. Please. Please tell us. Please don't make us waste any more of our time. Just tell us. Please tell us. Please. I'm begging you. I know you're not evil. Just tell us where she is. I'm begging you. Please.
Yeah, they do almost have Brenda's. That's great. Yep.
Can you please just tell
Good
me?
cop, bad cop. It's crazy how her energy when she first went at him, and now she knows he's very close. So she's trying different tactics. She tried the direct, I wouldn't say like bully tactic, but came at him hard. She didn't get anything out of him that way. But now I think what's happening is she's changed and she's being almost like sympathetic. Like, come on, just tell us. We know, her level of her voice has come down. She's being more, her tone has changed, and she's really trying to draw this out of him. And you can see it. You can see it in his body language now. Yes, aggressive and now compassionate. That's a perfect way to describe that. Yep. And this emotional tactic seems kind of weird. It's a way to shake you up, and it's a way to see what they can trigger in your brain to confess. So let's keep playing through this as it gets really good here.
Is that how you want it?
How she's come down now. She's getting soft with him.
I know you're not an evil person. I don't see that in you.
This is great.
I don't see that in your history. I don't hear those things about you at work. Yep. Please tell us where you went with her.
He's ready.
She never
got
got out of your car. Please tell us, please.
And also right now, what you can see is that the male officer now has completely backed out. He's letting her take control because now, Lee was, like I said, was very, from what it has seen, what I assume and what I've researched on him, very lucky with the ladies. And unfortunately, not very lucky in this situation, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And if she can get him to open up, and she's doing a very good job of it right now. And you're going to hear the confession soon.
I'm begging you.
A little bit longer, but she's going to get it.
For her family. Please. She didn't get out of your car. And you know that, obviously. Please, Lee.
He's got it.
I'm begging you.
He wants to say it.
It's a human.
I don't know.
You too.
Look,
know.
if
Please,
know.
Lee. Just please, please don't make us do this
I was trying to
any
back
longer.
out.
Yeah. For her family.
Can you
Just tell us where.
Can you just tell us?
Where did you go?
Where did you go with her then? Can you
At least tell us that.
at least tell us that part? Where did you go with her afterwards? She didn't get out of your car, and you know that
Yeah,
obviously because
well,
I
and
know
we do
that.
too. That's why we're here. Just tell us where. Where did you go with her? Tell us that. At least point us in that direction. I owe her family. We've been. No one's. We're not saying anything that you intentionally did anything. Just tell us where you went.
And now he's going to start leaning into him with a softer voice.
Please.
They got him. He's close.
Lee, it's not.
You're doing
right.
great. I mean, you already told us everything we already know.
It's not right, Lee. This isn't right for her family or for anybody. No one should have to go through.
Yeah, it's and Harlot's making a very good observation. She said, I don't think I've heard an interrogate act the same way, kind of emotional way she is. It sounds like she was about to start crying in parts. I wouldn't expect him to care, but I'm cynical, I guess. I think what she was trying to do when she said, if it was my daughter, and that obviously raised some emotion in her, and maybe to sense that side of just being compassionate with him. Like we know that you didn't mean to do this, those type of things, but it's all part of that psychological game in interrogations. The way that someone is positioned in the room, the way that they position themselves in the room. Why do you think that front facing camera is there? It's to capture, where they're, where they are, where that door is positioned behind them. I have to say it's one of the better interrogation rooms that I've seen. They're usually pretty dirty and nasty, but this one looks pretty clean. You have that front-facing camera, which you don't really see a lot in interrogation rooms, and then that far camera where it catches the suspect. So all by design. So, all right, we'll keep playing through. Really great stuff tonight.
I'm just human like you are. She's human.
Yeah.
Family. Everybody has feelings. Please. Now's the time to tell us, because I don't think you're any kind of evil person. And I feel like you are going to tell us the truth. I do believe that. I do believe you're going to tell us the truth, because I believe that you do have a conscience. Now's the time. Please.
That's all we're asking. Just where'd you guys go? I think you're a good man. I think you want to do the right thing.
Right. He's close.
When y'all left out of there, you went down Claire Lane, you made a left from San Jose back to 295, and you get up on 295. Okay. Where else did you go before you went home? I mean, I know you eventually went home.
I didn't go anywhere. I went straight home.
Okay, so what did y'all do when you got home? Savannah was with you. She was with you. And that's okay at that point. Where did she go from there? Is she still at your house?
No.
Okay. Is she still in your car?
No.
Okay. Well, then where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Okay, then where did you last drop her off at?
I didn't.
Oh shit. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. Let me go back into that. Sorry about that. Oh, that's the wrong video. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Shit. I meant to hit the refresh button. All right, let me pull that back up. Sorry about that. What, I just killed the stream here. All right, let's keep playing through. All right. Come on.
Into my house.
Sorry about that, guys.
We did some jokes.
So now he's saying that she's gone back to the house with him. So he's now kind of backing himself up even a worse lie. So
Hung out for a little. And then she said she was going to catch an Uber home.
Okay. And did she call an Uber?
She pulled her phone out. Looked like she was using it. I wasn't hovering over her. I was pretty high. So, I mean, I wasn't.
Hey, Laura.
She told me she was leaving.
See you.
She walked out the door.
My sidekick. My
What was
sidekick.
going on in the
Didn't
back
do
seat?
anything.
What was
you know.
going on in the back seat
Her sidekick.
for the doors to be kicked open? She kicked open that door 3 times, Lee. She kicked it. We saw it. And you know I'm not making it up because I wouldn't know this because I wasn't there. I would never know this unless we had video of it, correct? Yes, correct. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just a fact finder.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That door kicked open 3 times.
Yeah.
Obviously something went on in that back seat. Tell me about that. What happened in the back seat? Did she get mad at you?
I mean, she was upset.
Yeah.
She tried to slap me. I slapped her. She went to get out. I grabbed her around her waist and said, "Where are you going? Why are you hitting me?" And she tried to slap me again. And then, you know, I was still holding her. And she calmed down. And we left. We talked. And we left.
He's close.
Why would she be with you after that? Why would she want to say, "Thanks for slashing my tires. Thanks
They're
for
getting it.
grabbing me. Thanks for trying to slap me. Cool, yeah, I want to hang out with you tonight." Why would
I
she?
mean, we've gotten arguments plenty of times where she says she doesn't care what happens or anything like
Oh,
that.
that's really great to hear.
Well, let's be honest. No one's going to go with somebody unwillingly after all.
If I had that kind of power, I definitely try to help. I just don't have that much reach, but that's really great.
But no one's going to do it.
Yep. You're getting them. It's close.
Please tell me where Savannah is.
No.
You do know. You do know, Lee. And right now is the time. You're so close, and I know you're going to tell me. I know you are because I just know you are. Because I know you want to do the right thing, but you're scared to do the right thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not.
Can you just tell me what I'm being charged with, please?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to.
I don't know yet, but at least I do know that you have the KPS out for your arrest for the DWLS.
We found that.
For the what?
The DWLS, I think. Yeah.
No.
But where's Savannah?
So what am I being charged with now? Driving while suspended license?
I don't know yet. I gotta talk to the attorney that's sitting out there watching this interview.
That's
Where's
a lot.
Savannah?
I don't know.
There's no attorney,
You do know.
but that was a good
So
tactic.
you're gonna make me and our team and this whole entire sheriff's office and every person in the community to get out there after, after they know the truth of who she left with and sees the struggle in the backseat of your car. And you're gonna make all of us go and search Jacksonville for her when you could just easily tell me where she is. Is that what we're gonna put everybody through?
Think about this. All right. Sometimes people do wrong things, right? Sometimes people make mistakes. It's what you do afterwards. I got a family that needs closure. They are now coming to the reality that she's no longer with us. I need closure for them. When stuff gets out that you guys left and all that together and all that kind of stuff, you want people to remember you as a guy who said, okay, look, I'm going to do the right thing. Or do you want your family and everybody else to think that you're some evil, heartless person who won't tell us where she is? Why would you put your family and her family through all that? I don't think you're that kind of guy. I don't think you're evil.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably try to speed it up to when he confesses. Just because we are almost at like a 2-hour stream and I didn't want to go that long. So let me speed this up a little bit. We kind of know the tactics that are going on. Actually, this is the most replayed section. So maybe he's getting ready to tell right now.
Something got out of hand. I get it. But what do you do after that? Here's what you do. You do the right thing now. Just tell us where she is. Closure for her family.
Lee, we understand. Listen, we understand.
We're not trying to hem you up on anything, man. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about this girl and her family. And your family.
She was. Sorry.
Please tell me where to go find her. That's how people remember you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can
We can work with that, man. We can work with that.
What?
You got to do the right thing now. You can do this. You can do the right thing.
She was hitting me.
He just confessed. He just confessed. He just said, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it to her. So that was the confession. And now they're gonna kind of figure out what happened here. So that was the moment. We'll just go back a little bit here. And he finally broke.
Understand.
We're not trying to hem you up on anything, man. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about this girl and her family. And your family.
This is Florida.
She was.
Let's listen.
Sorry.
Please tell me where to go find her. That's how people remember you.
Said I didn't mean to do it.
We can
We can work with that, man. We can work with that.
What?
You got to do the right thing now. You can do this. You can do the right thing.
She was hitting me.
And you can almost see when the male police officer sits back, he kind of relaxes and he's like, we finally got it. So we'll just watch the male's police officer's body language when he sits back in the chair. You kind of see him throw his shoulders back and
I'm thinking about this girl and her family. And your family.
he's gonna do it again.
She was. Sorry.
Please tell me where to go find her. That's how people remember you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can
We can work with that, man. We can work with that.
What?
You got to do the right thing now. You can do this. You can do the right thing.
Right there, they relax.
She was hitting me. She wouldn't stop, and I squeezed back,
Okay.
and she was just.
So, trigger warning here. If this is too much for you, I would say take the rest of the stream off, but you're going to get some pretty graphic conversation now. We'll play this out a little bit longer, and I'm going to try to wrap this up in a little bit. So,
Your arm or something, or
She started hitting me. After I slashed her tire, and it went back and forth, and I just squeezed her hard.
you squeezed her around her neck or around her neck with your hands.
She had her hands around mine,
Okay.
which is bullshit.
And you had yours
She
not
never seen it.
hers, and y'all were just fighting back with each other.
She just wouldn't let go. I didn't let go.
Okay.
Where is she now?
Please tell us.
You got the hardest part out.
I-
I understand
yeah.
that. And you got the hardest part
Freaked
out.
out.
Okay.
I left. That's all I want to do.
We know.
I know. You're doing good, buddy.
This pond on the west side. Off the Club du Clay
Club du Clay?
Yeah.
Okay.
and Longchamp.
Yeah. Okay. If I got a map printed out of that, you think you could just show me that? Okay. It's on the west side from Club du Clay and Longchamp. Okay. And how did you? You're great. Thank you. Let's get this over with and let's let her pants
When
know.
did you put her there?
Did you go straight there? No. Okay. What happened? You tell me. I'll quit.
After she stopped, I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't have the faintest idea how what's supposed to happen after that. So I go home and
Let's get 4 more likes before we close up this stream. We'll get it to 100. We'll give out some free memberships.
I don't know what to do. So I have fire pit in my backyard, and I put it there. And then, you guys show up Friday night.
Okay.
I get even more scared.
Okay. Was she just put in the fire pit, or did you burn her, or what?
I dug a hole.
Okay.
Put her there,
Okay.
and then I don't know why I thought it would help.
Mm-hmm.
Starting a bonfire.
Okay.
It did.
Okay. You're doing fine. Okay. You're doing the right thing now, man. You are.
So you moved her Friday.
Put her this morning.
This morning. Okay. And now was the area that you dug out there, did she get burned at all, or you just tried, or what?
I tried.
Okay. Tried to burn her. I mean, was she wrapped in anything, or just her?
No.
Okay. Did she still have on her work clothes?
No.
Okay. You took the work clothes off of her. Where are the work clothes?
I threw them away.
Okay. Where did you throw those away?
I just, on the way this morning, I just tossed them out.
Out the window? Do you remember about where you were?
Yeah,
I was just
I love
scared.
that.
Okay. I get it. I get it.
Chelsea.
Okay.
Chelsea knows.
No,
Okay.
I never told Chelsea.
You never told her.
Really. What a moment to break the
You never
tension.
told her when she came over that night.
Jesus.
Were you scared that she?
I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Was she was out back when
Thanks,
it
man. I
happened?
appreciate that.
Savannah was out back when Chelsea came over. Okay. Yeah.
So you put her there that night on Wednesday, out in
Wednesday.
the back.
Okay.
Is your room? Your room.
He was at home.
But he knows.
No.
He doesn't know.
And then today you dug her up. Okay. And then did you put her in your car? Okay. Did you wrap her up or just okay? What'd you wrap her in?
We had like some plastic and a blanket.
Okay. And did anybody help you, or did you see anything? Just you at the house? And where did you put her in the car? In the trunk. Okay. And then you went. Tell me where you went to. I don't believe you did.
I thought me telling her.
I mean, it cuts both ways, you know, and I don't mean that to be like evil in all of this, but you know, Harlot says the only problem I have with interrogation is the same psychological tactics can make innocent people confess when they keep them there and just keep going for hours and hours until they admit it. But if you look at the percentages versus the people that give false confessions, and believe me, it does happen, and people get convicted and they go away for a very long time. But if you look at the percentage versus what are real confessions and actually people that confess to actual murders and turn out to be doing them, the percentage is actually really low. It does happen. It sucks. There's organizations out there that do help people in false confessions get their due right in court, and sometimes get those overturned. So it's really the only way, unfortunately, if you know. But if you're in a situation, you know that you admitted a crime, you fucking lawyer up. You don't ever talk. The first thing that I would ever do in that room, if I was innocent or guilty, I would say, I want to talk to a lawyer. That's it. You don't have to talk to anybody. That's your right. So let's celebrate this really quick. Christine's gifted a membership, and the Afro Leon's Banjo Hits of the 70s has become a new member of the channel. Gift away a membership right now as well too. So let's gift out a membership here, like I said I was going to, and let's give away a free membership, a free membership. And then we're going to play a little bit more of this, and we're going to wrap the stream up for this evening. Let's celebrate one more member here in a second. So Ellie Ann has been gifted a free membership. All right, let's play a little bit more of this, and then we're going to head out and wrap this up for the night because it's at 2 hours. I didn't want to go 2 hours, but we'll see what we can do here.
Right.
Yeah. And that pond is Longchamp, Duclay area. Okay. I'm going to see if somebody will bring in a map, and we'll just make sure we get that. And you can just kind of show me. And then when you get there, about what time today was that, you know?
6:30.
About 6:30 tonight?
This morning.
Oh, this morning. Okay, I apologize. So about 6:30 this morning, you go there. Were there cars out? Did you pull? Is it? And I don't know the area. Is there? You pull around the backside or
You
something?
come down the front street, which is Club to Clay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Club
believe-
Clay.
Yeah.
It's a residential neighborhood.
Take a right onto, I think that's Longchamp,
Okay.
and just straight down.
Okay.
On the dim street.
Okay. And then just walk me through that. What happened there?
I pulled in. There's an area you can drive.
Yeah.
Like into the pond, into the trees and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Did you just put it there? Did you float? Did you put something on the cement?
What made you go there?
How do you know that area?
I've been fishing there
Okay.
a long
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So it's off as you went off Collins Road, or you
No,
went
I
off?
got off of Blaney.
Okay, you went off of Blanding. Oh yeah, you went off of Blanding, and then you turned on.
I know that area. Let me see if
I know
can
my phone is cracked, but there's one. You turned on that road to go down Clutchy Clay, and it's down that pond.
You know, that cop went out of the fucking interrogation room, was like, yes, we got it. Yes. You know, they're high-fiving and celebrating out there right now. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. We kind of know they got the full confession. I'm going to speed it up a little bit when Lee is kind of left in the room by himself, so we can kind of see some of the things that he did after the full confession. And he kind of gets up and paces and walks around here in a minute. Let's see. Let's play this out here just for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to wrap the stream up.
I never mind. The other questions are ridiculous.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you need it, just knock again, and we'll try to
You
get
guys
to you.
don't smoking, you know?
No, sir. Unfortunately, it's a no smoking building. So, okay.
Speed this up a little bit. Now reality is setting in. Yeah, what are they going to do? Kick him out of there? Now this is the reality. Now, just to remind everybody, do not feel bad for this guy. He took someone's life. So do not feel bad for him. He made this decision in his life to do this. He deserves to live like this every single day the rest of his life.
Damn it, dude. Oh, you stupid.
All right. Well, we're going to end this one here. And Lee deserves for the rest of his life to cry every single day for the next 40 years in prison. So with that being said, I want to just, leave this parting thought, wrap the show up. I want to thank everybody this evening for sharing their stories of sobriety, and even the people that have struggled. We're here to give you some time away of your problems, maybe some therapy, and offer a platform that you can come into and chat. And maybe that just takes you away from your problems for a little while. That's why I do this. It takes me away from my daily life and my daily stresses, that I can come on and just hang out with all of you and enjoy putting these shows together for all of you. So again, if you're a new subscriber over here, please make sure to smash the like button. Also, when you subscribe, turn on that bell notification, because that'll notify you every single time I go live. My live shows right now have changed. So we do Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. I try to do them at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My work life has been a little bit crazy. So, I try to do the best I can to get on those times. Also, if you're watching this, that is going to be for the replay crew. If you're watching replay, just put hashtag down below in this replay. And what I do is I download these episodes and re-upload them to play them again on Sunday afternoons at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I call that my Sunday lunchtime rewind. I want to thank everybody this evening for hanging out here in the chat. I appreciate you all, and we'll be back on hopefully Wednesday night to do another live stream for you. So thank you for tuning in this evening. Be safe. I'll see you all back on Wednesday. I'm Brian, and this is Let's Talk Live. I hope to see everybody next time. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye-bye.